Right, good afternoon. I'd just like to take this opportunity to make some clarifications on some of the matters that were debated yesterday during my presentation, during the Honourable Member Bishop Edghill's presentation. The first matter I'd like to address, which is quite simple, as I stated yesterday, the claim by the Honourable Member, Mr. Edghill, that there was a payment of $59 million in February to the consultancy on the new Demerara Bridge crossing. As I said yesterday, it's erroneous. There's never ever any such payments, and I have with me the statements from both from the Republic Bank State for January and February of 2018, which clearly shows that there was no such payments. The amount approved by Cabinet was $162 million, and to date we have paid out $162,600,000 as approved by Cabinet. $150,460,159 dollars were paid to Levinsky, and the last payment being in 21st of September 2017. A sum of $9.3 million was paid to the Guyana Lands and Surveys, which is for the appropriations of the land. As you know, I issued an order to appropriate lands for where the road will be going, and of course the agency to do that appropriation and the surveys, the land and surveys. And of course we had some stakeholder consultations in was that March of 2017, which we would have at the Pegasus Hotel. So the statement made by the honourable member that there was some amazing number, $59 million, as I said yesterday, was totally untrue, still remains totally untrue. I don't intend to even ask for an apology because I don't think that's in his nature. If he would say a total untruth on the floor, I don't think I would have an apology. But secondly, and most importantly, I made a statement about $608 million US dollars of projects being done by the PPP administration without any feasibility study. And I stand by that statement. I was given here today, as I came into a study which is from Honourable Member Irfan Ali. I don't know where it arrives from, but it's the East Coast, East Bank Road Linkage Project Feasibility Study. It's 2014, so I want to acknowledge I received that. It was done by a PASHA and the Projects Department of the Central Housing and Planning Authority. This is, of course, an in-house survey, in-house feasibility study. The persons that did it, and I tell you, and that is what we were speaking. The person who did it all came from CHMPA, and there's a consultant, Mr. Pasha. But the most interesting thing was what we were, and my ministry was looking for this because there were rumors that this was here around. But the most interesting thing that we found is on page 66 of this report. And if you can see, this is what the $150 million from the Central Housing and Planning was supposed to be for. I know you can't see it, but if you can notice that this is where the bypass road is supposed to be. What they took the $50 million to do, and you can see it's passing through several housing areas, which is sold, as you know. There's a thing that's already sold to persons already. So they were building. They made a proposal to get $50 million from the grant of India to pass through lands that you can check to see that was sold to. Well, you can do your research to find who owns it. So this is what Central Housing and Planning did to consider to use the feasibility stuff. What you have here, and of course we all know that these lands where this new road was going to be, $50 million road, we all know they've already been sold prior to May 2015. This is what we've realigned it from. As you can see, this here so now bypasses all those lands, ensure that obviously that we open more lands and that more of the Guyanese can be benefited from it, as well as we make it wider and to cater for vehicular traffic. This report says that out of $50 million was just for a road for housing on lands which have been sold and pre-sold. So there's a clear difference between, as I said, there's a clear difference between what we are doing now to what it was intended to do. We've now done a road which will be used for vehicular traffic and to ease traffic. What was previously there is to do a road which you clearly see passes through land which has already been sold. So I wanted to make that, and we have, as a ministry, were trying to get that information. Previously, I have no idea where it arrived from, but I'm not ascribing any sort of malfeasance or anything like that to the honourable member. Just as a question, I just wanted to note, one, that the project that has been designed now has been fully investigated. We've actually walked the line. It now serves as a traffic route for alternative for traffic as opposed to a housing project for persons that would have already purchased the land before the feasibility study was, this feasibility study in 2018 was made. So I just wanted to confirm and make a statement on those two things so that there will be no misunderstanding of the position of the ministry. Thank you very much.